From the personally dimensional perceptions of our medias to the people on the street side. Ads, sometimes fashion statement. But primarily a world is made by a shift in perception in general. There was a confusion and a feeling of addressing, but at the notion of it. No one would be able to put a finger on its nature, but a nature in circulation they could see in their expressions and reciprocations, granted with a limitation. You must understand that any and all sentiment about what that means to reciprocation made for intrigue. Especially where intuit or projection reciprocated for younger minds. This is a science of describing from the first person, linguistics of cognition and consequent emotions are at play, the balance of classical and romantic being precarious. The overall feeling of a generation, adult or teen to the sudden and emergent introduction to themselves this way, might have implied the otherly, as a phenomena, that personal facet of otherly being a separate issue. It was anomalous, and all the means of which a mind's describing were as per what they could to explain it. This is perhaps the ominousness that accompanied such a multilaterally distinguishing time, especially in such a naturalized absurdity that made less sense over time, but that which stands apart from normal were accompanied by a sense of the adjacent world around them. I think. Linguistically, reference to things abstractly conceived to describe a concept or expression of the sociology's aspect of introspective spectrum per the person, and what existed in the world to be vast as made by and out of people. For example, underwater. Linguistically, that is in reference to introspection itself, if not the aspect of what made people as relative to each other as they were to the time into spectrum. Such are some of the ways we conceptualize, and describe. Seeing as this is an issue of personal linguistics and whatever that happened to mean to one person at any given time, this particular reference would articulate itself from several different origins and convergence.